Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to go through the upcoming Gacha games for September 2024. Now, there isn't a hell of a lot actually releasing. We're going to look at some things that have come into pre-registrations and some other things that are going into beta phases with some later expected release dates because there doesn't seem to be any big launches coming this month. Let me know if you guys see any that I've missed and I will be sure to cover them. But in general, last month, we basically had Sword of Convallaria, which actually did really well in its launch, which is fantastic. Moving into this month, a bit dry, but towards the end of the year, we should have a bunch more games coming out for you guys to test and see how you go. So let's jump into the list. So the first game on our list is Ash Echoes. Now, this one is in pre-registration for a beta test, a closed beta test. Over here on Pridewin, they've got all the info if you guys want to go ahead and get it. But the sign-up registration is from August 22 to September 17th if you want to join in, with the game expected to launch on November 15 for the full launch, but the beta expected to start on September 19th. So if I can get into this one, I will go ahead and bring you guys some content from it, show you guys what the game has to offer, because this is a very interesting one to me. It kind of reminds me of Heigen Aruthal in its gameplay. Now, if you remember Heigen, that was that game that came out like a week or two or something like that before Honkai Star Rail. It was actually pretty decent, but it just died super quick, I believe heavily due to bad timing. But it's one of those ones where it kind of feels like the auto type combat, but you have telegraphs and abilities that you have to cast and you have to sort of track where they're going to go and play them. I think that's the best way I can describe from what I have seen in the gameplay that I have seen. So I'm definitely keen to jump into this beta and bring you guys my thoughts around it, because I do think this could be a really fun game. However, it does have one major red flag for me, and that is the fact that it has a bunch of different publishers for all the different regions, meaning there won't be any global unity around it. Maybe there will, but I don't think so. I know Southeast Asia has one publisher, the quote-unquote global audience has another publisher, and this, I hate seeing this publisher fragmentation inside games. It just always frustrates me. Every game that's done it, it's just felt bad, so hopefully they can do it okay, but it's just one of those weird ones that never makes sense to me. So hopefully it's not too bad with that, and hopefully they do keep kind of on par with each other so that everyone playing around the globe, because let's face it, gaming is global now. Everyone can be sort of on the same page, but we will have to wait and see. But once again, I do think the combat in this one looks really good. The character designs looks really good, so I'm really keen to jump into this one and test it. The next one on our list may seem like a bit of an oddball, but technically Gacha, because you are going to be able to buy packs and get cards, but this one is Pokemon TCG Pocket. Now, believe it or not, I am big into the Pokemon TCG at the moment because I've been playing a lot with my son, and I've actually created a new channel. I haven't uploaded any videos, but we will be doing giveaways and stuff on that channel in the lead up to the release of this game, because I really enjoy the Pokemon TCG, and this game looks like it solves a couple of the things that I didn't like about the Pokemon TCG, and it puts it in that rapid format. Now, when I look to other games of this style of format that I really liked Marvel Snap when it came out, and I really did like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which is very old now. When it came out, I like these turbo versions of the card games. They are doing some very interesting things with the, different graphics. They've got like interactive cards that you can go into and look at it. So if you are a fan of the Pokemon TCG, I do think this one could be a lot of fun just for those casual little games on the side, or if you do like to push ranks. I love building free decks in Duel Links and pushing rank over there. So I will be covering this game on a separate channel. Like I said, I don't think it's going to cater towards the audience of any of my other channels, so we've started fresh. So if you are into Pokemon, go check out my other channel. I will have videos coming up there in the coming weeks, but this one is expected, well, it's actually announced for a global launch on October 30. However, it is going to have a soft launch in New Zealand, which we are tentatively expecting hopefully towards the end of September, but there has been no confirmation on the soft launch release. But basically from when this soft launches, I will be making steady content for it and see if we can crack into the scene of Pokemon, because hey, who didn't like Pokemon as a kid if you're as old as me? Not that I'm about to turn 35 or anything. Next, we have a game that I have absolutely no chance of pronouncing. Starseed. Is it Asnia Trigger? Dude, I don't know. That Asnia word? I got no idea. But this one is by Comtuous. You know, I was always a big fan of Summoner's War, which was like one of the first games I play. I feel like Comtuous have made pretty much dog shit games since Summoner's War. I've tried all of their new games, and a lot of them have gone out of service, and none of them have really hit, even their other Summoner's War titles. So hopefully this one can be decent. If I can describe what this one is, it's basically looking like an idle game using a bunch of the core AFK arena mechanics. I'd say visually in combat, it looks kind of a lot like Eversoul, and it does use that full waifu character type model that Eversoul went with. However, it's kind of feeling more like Girls Frontline type characters and like just general vibe of the game with all the enemies and stuff like that. That's the best way I can describe it. But another idle game looking like it, where you just have your energy bar that builds up, you can use your active abilities, which is a style of game I absolutely love. I've played AFK Arena, AFK Journey, Eversoul, what do we got, Terra God New World. I just love these games. Something about them I just find enjoyable, so I will be trying this one out. But because it is Comtuous, they do have a good name in Summoners War, but everything else they do has been pretty bad for me personally. So I'm hoping that this one can be pretty decent and I can enjoy this one. And over on the Apple App Store, it is tentatively released for November 7, but it has gone into pre-registration. So if you don't want to if you do want to pre-register, you can do that. The game has been released in Korea as well, so I'm not sure if we will get a English beta or not in the meantime. But at the moment, all we have is that it is in pre-registration, so you can go ahead and do that if you're keen. The next one that popped into a pre-registration is Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Now, this one is tentatively on the Apple App Store, looking like December 5. Not too sure if we're going to get a beta or anything, but it just has entered its pre-registration phase if you want to go ahead and pre-register for it. Now, this one is one of those ones where I have started getting active on their Twitter. You can see here, this was posted 23 hours ago. You can get a little bit of a feel for it. It's looking like a turn-based RPG. I remember when it first got announced, people would think it was going to be an action one. I feel like this game first got announced like 3 years ago or something like that. So I'm keen to see where this one goes. It's a pretty decent IP that a lot of people do love. So I'll jump into it. At the moment, based on what I am seeing from it, it doesn't look insane to me. But once again, it's a decent IP. That'll get me in to check it out. But it's going to depend on the actual quality of the game, on whether we stay in it. So that is Jujutsu Kaisen. Once again, anticipating the December 5th. These are never official, but you know, that's our best estimate. Not sure if we are going to have a beta, but it is in pre-registration if you want to go ahead and pre-register for that one. And the final one on this list is Heaven Burns Red. Now, this game has been out in, I think it was JP for almost 2.5 years or something like that, and it is finally getting a global launch. Now, this one does look pretty decent for a turn-based RPG. It is a heavily story-based one as well, so I'm curious to see how well they do, you know, the localization over into English and stuff like that. It's a little bit dated, but honestly, it looks pretty solid. Me personally, I'm in the stage of life of looking for something with a little bit of PvP in it, and I don't think this one has it, but I'm hoping that we will get a beta. I've heard whispers about a beta coming out for this one in possibly within the next month, so if it does have a beta, I will try and jump into it and get you guys some content from this one as well. Not too sure on an exact release date, but I just have been hearing those whispers of a beta coming out for this one, so I will let you guys know when that is out, and I will be making some content on it and show you guys what the game is looking like in the English version. But that rounds up the games that we have currently for this month. Like I said, there is no big releases or anything like that, more just pre-registrations and betas coming up this month, with a lot of things looking to be slated to release towards the end of the year, in that end of October through to December type phase. But once again, let me know if there are any other games coming this month that I missed that you guys are looking forward to. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.